What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down how to get off a physical jam with the DB when he just tries to choke you, he lunges at you, and he tries to get you off this route, okay? So we're going to be talking about some of the things you need to do, how you can stay composed, and what's a good plan that you guys can have to be able to get off of this physical jam, okay? So now, but first things first, fellas, on our website, we are offering a wide receiver technique Bible, okay? So if you want every technical aspect of the wide receiver position broken down step by step with specific things you can do to improve your overall route running, your catching ability, releases off the line, being physical, IQ side of things, blocking, everything that you need to know about the wide receiver position, all bundled into one PDF format. Check out that very first link in the description for our wide receiver Bible, fellas. Hope we get you guys on that soon. It's an all-access manual to everything route running that you guys need to be able to do. Let's get started with this video. So you see how this DB jumps at us, right? He jumps at this receiver's neck, but this receiver's still able to get off of this thing and make this play downfield and make this catch, right? So now, first things first, we want to talk about something that you guys always need to be able to do, even with this DB's not going to lunge at you, is you got to be able to keep a good explosive pad level, okay? So there's nothing worse than a receiver who comes off the line and he looks like scared, right? Like he's like kind of, his weight's on this back leg, his chest is straight up in the air. This DB's going to lunge at your chest every single time, choke you off this route, and completely screw up the timing with the quarterback, because that's the whole goal of the jam, right? The jam is to screw up timing. The jam is to throw off the timing with the quarterback so he moves on, goes to another read, or we hopefully, if I'm from a defensive perspective, I could get a good pass rush and get a sack on this guy, right? So that's what we're thinking about as a receiver. So when he lunges at me, it's really important that I don't take that like back step. I take it to him. I stay in a good pad level position, because when he lunges at you, look what happens. He loses his base. He is not, and it might look like it, but he is not in a balanced position. So if you guys continue to fight and you're not afraid to be physical and you're not afraid to actually like move forward and back this dude down, you're going to lose every single time, right? Now, again, there are situations, this is what a lot of people don't understand about the jam, right? This is one-on-ones, right? Even in one-on-ones, this is going to happen, but one-on-ones is not very realistic to like real live game scenario. But you see how he's kind of reacting off of this receiver right here? He's always going to be reacting off of us in a real game scenario. You know what I mean? So this is a little bit more realistic than the stuff you see like in 7-on-7 or one-on-ones where there's no pads. Obviously, because these guys are at the very top level of their game. But in one-on-one, 7-on-7, when you see guys get jammed, most of the time they're going on the snap count. So they hear the quarterback say set go, then they lunge at you. In a real game, they got to go off of us, because if they just lunge like that, you know what that is? That's a flag. We're moving that thing up 5 and they ain't never going to do that again, right? Or we could we go on 2. If I'm a quarterback and I keep seeing that jam, I'm going to go on 2, or you know what I'm going to do if this receiver tries to jam me like this? I'm just going to run a sweep to the outside and just let this dude go get 7 yards, right? You know what I mean? It's a little bit more realistic when you have a game scenario where this DB's threatened by snap count, when this DB's threatened by the run game. However, in these certain situations where he's got to react off us and he's going to lunge at us and jam, we got to know that I got to stay disciplined. I got to stay in a good pad level position, and I can't be afraid to fight the hands, right? Especially if you're a smaller guy, can't be afraid to be physical, because again, when he lunges at us, look, he loses his base. He's not in a power position when he's lunging at us trying to be super physical. So if I'm physical and I could even attack that point of control, like back of the elbow, back of the shoulder, back of the arm, and even get some kind of a good like punch, good rip, whatever it is, this dude's completely twisted around and I could push up vertical on the route. When he gets over anxious like that and he lunges at us, keep a good pad level, stay in an explosive position, have a plan, know that all you got to do is just fight to get those hands off. Good pad level position doesn't allow this DB to knock you off this route and push you back and you're on your heels and then you get completely jammed backwards. You could stay in that position. You could take the fight to him, because again, he's backing up. He's backpedaling, especially if we can push up vertical and we can push upfield and gain some ground. That's a lot of separation right here. And that's how we win when we get a guy who's real physical and tries to jam us. And he ultimately does jam us. Just don't panic. Keep a good pad level. Continue to fight those hands and work to get off this route. Let's watch it again full speed one more time. So he lunges. Make sure we're constantly fighting those hands, constantly have a good pad level, and we're not afraid to take this fight right back to the DB. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, please leave those in the comments below. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And again, full wide receiver technique Bible, technique manual, everything that you need to know about the wide receiver position, from catching all the way to route running, all the way to blocking and the IQ side of things. Check out that very first link in the description. I think this bundle here, this PDF, will give you a lot of value. It's a great reference point for any wide receiver. Like I said, very first link in the description. I'll see you guys next time.